Ooh, we're back. So, finally, it's been a while, guys. Sup, everyone? This is Draco Evolve. Southampton versus Manchester United live stream official match preview. So, we play Southampton tomorrow. It is an early kickoff, 12:30 p.m. For me, it's good. It means that I can watch the match. It's an early kickoff, early start, and it's finished, done, dusted, and I can go on and enjoy the rest of my day, hoping for a United win so I can enjoy my day further. But for those of you joining in, it is a live stream. I don't normally do as many live stream as I should. I should be doing a bit more, and I'm trying to make a commitment to do a bit more. It's just the timing of it and everything, it doesn't really work out for me. So I do a lot of these pre-recorded shows, you can say, and upload it, so I can kind of do it at my own pace, edit it at my own pace, and upload it. With live stream, it's a bit different, isn't it? So it's like everything, all the mistakes, or all the editing, everything comes together as a package. But as you can see on the screen right there, I'm going to talk about my predicted lineup, my predicted score, some stats, analysis between Southampton versus and Manchester United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference that happened today, reaction to that, what he had to say. And obviously, if you've caught my earlier sort of upload, which I uploaded about a couple of hours back, I believe, I talked about some transfers that has happened in terms of Smalling, Darmian, and some Pogba sort of updates on Real Madrid. But let's dive straight in. The lineup is on the screen, so I'll just dig it straight away because I know you guys are probably looking at that first and foremost. As always, guys, it is live stream, so do get involved, ask away questions, interact, so I can kind of get to know a lot of you guys a bit more over the course of the season. So I have gone for a 4-2-3-1 formation, and I'll explain why I have gone through for a 4-2-3-1 formation. As you can see, there are some interesting choices, but for the back five, you can say De Gea, Lindelof, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka are staple starters, and Ashley Young, I had to put him there. I'm not a big fan of him. I'm sure a lot of you are not big fan of him. But Luke Shaw is injured. Dalot is injured. Darmian is gone. There is literally no other left back or right back in the whole of the squad, unless you want to go to a 16 or a 17-year-old youth player, which I don't think Oli will make it happen. Ashley Young, for me, will be starting on the left back. He will be taking the captain's armband, as Oli said in the beginning of the season. De Gea is the captain. Ashley Young is the official captain, but if Ashley Young starts, he will be holding the captain's armband. He's not the best of captains, but it is what it is. You know, the thin squad that we have, the leadership qualities that we have, Ashley Young will be starting. I went for a midfield of two in McTominay and Pogba, and I believe McTominay and Pogba over the course of the season, assuming Pogba still stays, I think they're gonna form a good partnership. I believe McTominay had a poor game last game, losing to Crystal Palace. Pogba had very good start to the season, albeit yes, he made two massive errors which costed us. One, the penalty miss. I don't know why he was taking it. We all know why. And two, him kind of losing the ball to Benteke, where Crystal Palace went and scored in the last minute. But I think he will grow into that role. Pogba, his attitude seems to be right on the field. At least he's not disappearing like most of the other players. I think they will be the stable starters as holding players. Interestingly enough, if you see the front line, I have opted for pure youth. So I've finally opted for Gomez, Greenwood on the right, James on the left, Rashford up front. Now, obviously, Martial is injured. Alex Sanchez has departed. Lukaku has departed. There is literally nobody else unless you're going to put on Mata, which I don't believe he'll be a starter. And I'll get to Lingard in a second. But where Lingard played in Gomez's position, I truly believe that Ollie's probably opened his eyes a little bit, especially from the last game where I think it was like 11 months Lingard has not scored or assisted a goal. So I don't know why he's still starting. Brill, thank you so much for joining. How you doing, buddy? Hope everything is well with you. Thank you so much for joining. But going back to Lingard, I think Ole needs to make a stand and not play him. Give youth a chance. He's got no excuses now to give youth a chance, especially him clearing a lot of this deadwood. So I reckon we're gonna get a bit of a surprise, and we're gonna have Gomez playing, Angel Gomez. He's had a fantastic sort of build up to it. He's grown out of the youth setup now. He's getting experience. He had a very good pre-season. It's about bloody damn time Ole Gunnar Solskjaer plays him, and I genuinely believe that he'll be playing him. Also, he's the closest. I know it's a bit shameful of saying that, but Angel Gomez is the closest to a number 10, a creative player in a number 10 position that we have at the club. You look at Lingard, he is not a creative outlet. He's just running around headless chicken. You look at Mata, he hasn't got the legs anymore. Yes, he's still got a bit of a pass in him, but he can't keep up with pace in the Premier League anymore. So why not just go for it? Why not just go and give someone like Gomez, who is a number 10, who can play at number 10, a chance? Just give it to him. So I think he's going to play a number 10 role. I hope he has a good game. Up front, obviously, as I said earlier, Sanchez has gone, Lukaku has gone, Martial's injured. I do believe Rashford will play as a number 9. He's the only real number 9, only real striker we have in our squad, and some sort of experience level striker in our squad. And I'll bet he's still young, but he's the only one we have, and I think he's going to start up front. James, I've opted him to go on the left side and Greenwood on the right side. Now, Greenwood can use both his legs, so he can play on either wing, although he's 17. Brill, yes, just hopped in to see you live one time, but I gotta go already. You do a damn good job. Thanks a lot, Brill. I really appreciate you taking the time out and joining my live stream that I don't do as much as I should. But thank you so much for joining in. I hope you have a fantastic evening. But back to the lineup, my predicted lineup against Southampton. Greenwood, yes, he's 17, he's young, but I think he's played enough games now. He appeared in the last 3 games. We don't have any other strikers. There will be a lot more sort of responsibility on these youth players, and we'll come back to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference that happened this morning. James, he's had arguably some of his best games at League One. On the left side, cutting in, because nowadays the traditional wingers are pretty much a dying breed. They're more like wingers cutting in. James is a right-footed winger. He's not going to play on the right side. I think he's going to come in from the left side and run in, and with his energy I think he'll be able to back up someone like Ashley Young. Ashley at the gym, bro, watching you, bro. Thank you so much for joining in, Ashley. Just let me know if there is any problem with my audio, guys. Do let me know in the comments below. Is it in sync? Because I don't do live streams as much as I should, and when I go live I do test it before I go live. It seems fine, but sometimes when I'm live it's a bit off. But Ashley, I hope you're working out very well. I will be on Discord, Ash, so do come in if you can later on. I'll be playing some Overwatch and hope to chat with you very much. But I think that's my official lineup. That's what I feel United will start off, and that's what I feel United should start off. This team has a lot of energy in going up front. A lot of youth from our own youth setup, isn't it? To see Greenwood start, James, Gomez, Rashford, these are like less than 22 years old, and I hope they make a huge impact. Ole in his press conference did come out and say this morning that there will be a lot more responsibilities on young shoulders, and it should be an honor for some of these players. Imagine as a 17, 18-year-old or even a 16-year-old, and you're immediately drafted into the United sort of like a first team setup, and then you're drafted in, you're told that we have no other options but to play you because we believe in you and we want to give you a chance. Imagine being told that by Manchester United as a 16, 17, 18-year-old. How would you feel? Some players, yes, rightly so, they'll get a bit nervous, but other players, talented players like I think Greenwood, will look at this and think, you know what, Ole, boss, I'm going to perform. Don't sign a striker, because this is going to be my position for years to come, and I will be a real star. Greenwood is an example of this sort of breed. He can be a real star. He's clearly talented. He's from the youth setup. He's being given a chance. So why not take it? If it doesn't go well, if that lineup comes up, I think personally I'll still be happy even if we don't win, because at least we're going the right route. At least we're playing the youth, and we're not playing your Lingards, your Matic, your Matters. They're the past, they are the past. We should not be focusing on them. They will not be coming in and making a long-term difference. Does it make sense? If you really want to build something, and it's a process, it's a long process, we should be aiming at the youth. Imagine coming out tomorrow and winning the game with that lineup. Everyone will be everyone will be happy. I can tell you that's a guarantee. But that's my lineup. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Let me know if that lineup is something that you would like to see, or is there someone that you feel is not suited for the lineup and you would rather have someone else. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In regards to Lingard, I don't know how he got into the England setup. He's had such a poor 11 months or so. He's had a poor start to the season, extremely poor start to the season. Someone like Ashley Barnes, who's been the top English goal scorer in the Premier League, did not even get a sniff at the England setup. And someone like Lingard, who hasn't done jack all, and he's constantly in the England setup and is constantly in Ollie's plan. I mean, I don't know what he's doing in the background. I don't know what he's doing in the training ground. Is he going around cleaning everyone's boots? Is he inviting everyone to tea party for him to be automatically considered as in the United lineup? Not only in the United lineup, but as a number 10, one of the most important positions in the field. Because if you're number 10, you're expected to create. Without you, you're not you're the link between the midfield and that attack. Lingard is just a headless chicken, isn't he? He's just running around. I think Lingard is a bench player at best. If he's in the squad, I reckon he can make an impact from the bench. Someone like, say, James and Greenwood, as they run out of steam because they are young, someone like Lingard can come in at the end, and he's got a lot of energy. I'll give him that. 3 to 4 years process, Ashraf says. Yes, I hope it's not 3 to 4 years. I hope it's like a couple of years process. I mean, the process has already started. We've seen it this season already. From January till now, Ollie's got rid of a lot of these deadwood players. You got Valencia out, you got Fellaini out, you got Lukaku out, you got Sanchez out, Smalling out, albeit those two are on loan. And you got Darmian out. That's 6 players straight out. We still got Young in the squad. We still got Matic in the squad. We still got Mata in the squad. We still got Phil Jones, Abayi, Rojo. So there is still a lot more players to get rid of. And I think by come next summer, I think half of these players will go, because I believe Matic's contract is expiring, Young's contract is expiring, Rojo's contract is expiring, and we'll come to contract situation with De Gea as well. I'll speak briefly about that. And I don't think it'll be a crime for us to give them a contract like we did for Mata. We gave Mata like a 2-year contract with an option of 3 years. Ashley says Adam Johnson in jail and has more assists than Lingard in the last few years, and he was in jail. That's true. That's quite funny. That's true. Which is very shameful. I think Lingard is only kept for his social media presence, because United make a lot of, Ed Woodward loves that, isn't it? It's simple as that. He loves the social media side, the commercial side. And purely not, if he was based on his performances, he'll be out long back if he was only based on his performances. But let's have a look at some of the team stats and information. You can see some of the stats on the screen. I'll read out to you. So Southampton are winless in the last 8 home Premier League games against United. They drawn 3, lost 5 since winning. The last win came in 2003, which was a long time ago. And I hope it stays that way. And our away record with Ollie is better than our home record with Ollie. And I think that stat, coincidentally with their previous results against us, gives us a very sort of a chance to win. In terms of United, in terms of us, we have just kept 1 clean sheet in our last 14 Premier League games. 4-0 against Chelsea in the opening day. We shipped 22 goals in that time while scoring just 19. We won 5, drawn 3, lost 6. So again, I think we have addressed that situation in our transfer window. We signed Harry Maguire, we signed Wan-Bissaka. At the back, we look more of a solid unit. Obviously, it will take time for these guys to kind of gel in, especially in the case of Lindelof and Maguire. Yes, Maguire should have done his better position-wise to cover Lindelof when he lost that header, and Lindelof should not have lost that header, especially considering the fact that he can see the ball coming against Crystal Palace, 40-50 yards. So I think those things will come into play. Our last meeting with them was last season, so let me just open up the window. We did win 3-2 again at home in March 2019. However, we have conceded 2 goals in that process. Let's look at the history. So last season we obviously played them twice, home and away. We've drawn against them in December, which was a 2-2 result away to Southampton. So last time we played Southampton away, we drew against them, so 2-2, and then we played them in March of this year and we won against them in 3-2. Judging by the last 2 games, goals are going to be involved clearly, with 9 goals scored between the both clubs in the last few days. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. My predicted scoreline before I delve deeper into the stats and analysis of both teams. I genuinely believe United will win, but I don't think we'll win convincingly as some people have thought, because let's face it, for me personally, I have lost a lot of trust, and speaking to a lot of United fans, friends, family members who are United players, no matter what team is put in front of us, on paper they look beatable, much like Crystal Palace. On paper we think that we're gonna beat them 3-4-0, but it doesn't really happen, does it? That team is still here, is still fragile. Heads will drop as soon as mistakes happen, and we just don't end up scoring as much as we should. We don't even end up winning as we should. It's an example against Crystal Palace, isn't it? Where everyone thought we're going to batter Crystal Palace at home 2-3-4-0 minimum, right? What happened? We just lost 2-1. But it's the same team. I think that's what happens when there's no leadership in the team, when there's no players in the team that will turn around and have a real go at you. And Oli, I think he doesn't do enough from the bench. I think he needs to be a bit more animated, impose himself, because he should know better than us that there is no captain on the field. There's captain by armband, but are they really captains? Are they captains of old that we had before? But I reckon we're going to win 2-1. Yes, I believe we will concede, judging by our performances recently, judging by the results in the past we had against Southampton. Southampton, in terms of the philosophy, they are a hard-working team. They're pacey and they press. The quality maybe is not there, but they press. And with us, as soon as we get pressed, what happens? We dissolve, right? We got 2 in the middle, Pogba and McTominay. If they get pressed left, right, centre, they will dissolve. As simple as that. Pogba will if he makes 2-3 mistakes, his head will drop. And he's such a pivotal player for us, isn't it? On the table, Southampton this season so far, we all played 3 games. They have won 1 game, lost 2, conceding 5, scoring 3. They have goals in them. It's as simple as that. They do have goals in them. They won their last game, so obviously they're looking for a bit of a bounce back. They are lying 18th in the table currently. Ashley says, if he starts Lingard, I'm going to question his managerial skill. Yeah, same here. I think a lot of us, certainly myself and yourself, and a lot of us will start questioning Ollie's skills, managerial skills. And that's the problem I found with Ollie. Yes, he's doing a fantastic job in terms of getting rid of players, getting rid of the deadwood and giving youth a chance. But does he have the guile? Does he have the balls to make these big calls? Like, is he going to play Lingard ahead of someone like Angel Gomez? Is he going to play Mata ahead of someone like Mason Greenwood as a starting? These are the decisions that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to make, and he has to stand by it. And where is his plan B? I don't see we having a plan B. Against Wolves, we were fantastic in the first half. We should have won. But in the second half, we dissolved. But even then, we had a penalty. We come back to penalty, and we should have taken something out of it against Crystal Palace. I do believe if the penalty went in, it would have been a different game. But that's my thoughts. In terms of I know most of us are United fans on the stream, and most of the United fans will be joining in later on to see this upload. They might not be aware of how Southampton are doing, so I'm just going to give you guys a bit of a heads up on Southampton. So one of their players is called Moussa Djenepo. I can't believe he's scored 1 already. He's only had 1 shot on target. So he's got 100% success rate. So far, so good for him. Danny Ings, experienced player. He's got 1 goal and 1 assist. I think he's gonna be the important player in their squad. I think we should be targeting him. Nathan Redmond is another player who's already scored 1 goal, and he needs to be marked down as well. And the other goal scorer was Michael Obafemi. Out of the 4 players that I mentioned, the starters, the experienced players, is Nathan Redmond and Danny Ings. I think Redmond and Ings, especially Ings in my opinion, will be a key target for us. I think we should be targeting them, and that's how I feel. But anyway guys, let me know your thoughts. Get involved in the chat. I know I don't do as much live stream, but I'll do a bit more, get to know you guys a bit more, so you guys can get to know me a bit more as well. Let's see. Oh yeah, my prediction is 2-1. Let me know on the chat what's your prediction. Do you feel United will go ahead and win, or do you think we'll bottle it again? Do you think worse, we will lose? There is a possibility now. It's the same players whose weak mentality, heads drop, and there is a chance that we might lose. I don't trust that team. I think the trust is gone, especially already this season, especially after the last game. I think the trust is gone. These players need to go on a run now. I hope they do. I hope as a United fan we go on a run and the trust is gained over the course of the next 3-4 games, because our running now is we had a tough running. We had 2 tough games. Wolves is always our bogey team, and Chelsea. But now our runnings are quite easy. I would like to say easy on paper. We got Arsenal coming up in about a month as well. That'll be interesting. Let's see. So in terms of the team news on Southampton, a bit of a good news for us is Nathan Redmond and Obafemi are out. They have been pretty much confirmed to be out, so I'm not sure how much of that would play into Southampton. So they got 2 key players that are out. Obviously we have Luke Shaw, Diego Dalot, and Anthony Martial all out. And there's some stats I will read out to you. So in the fixtures, there have been 7 direct free kick goals scored in the Premier League fixtures between Southampton and United, including 2 by Southampton last season, with only games between Liverpool and Man United seeing more goals, such as 8. So again, I will think it's an open game. It's going to be an open game. In terms of our penalties, oh my god, this penalty is going to be so important. I know there has been a lot of debacle over the penalty over the last couple of games, where Pogba took it off Rashford against Wolves, missed it, and then Rashford missing it at home to Crystal Palace. If we do end up winning a penalty, it's going to be very interesting as to who takes it. And I hope Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the background went around and said, you know what, Rashford, you're our penalty taker, you stick. No changes whatsoever. But anyway, in terms of our penalty stats, United have failed to score more penalties than any other team in the Premier League history. So that's 37 penalties scored out of 144 awarded to us. Not a very good reading. Obviously, Paul Pogba and Rashford missing the last 2 spot kicks. So there you go. Those are some of the stats around Southampton versus Manchester United. On the screen, you can see my predicted lineup. I do hope we go for the youth. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think we're going to go for the youth, or do you think Ollie's going to kind of bottle it, you can say, and end up playing people like Lingard and Mata instead of your Gomez and Greenwood? And as always guys, I will be watching the game, and after the game I will be coming live and doing a match review of it. I hope to catch some of you guys then. This live stream wasn't advertised. It was just spontaneous, you can say. I came home and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna start a live stream, and I've kind of put something together, gave myself half an hour's breathing space, and then a live stream. But tomorrow's one, hopefully we will be going live after the game to do a quick match review. Hopefully it's a good result. Fingers crossed it's a good result. Fingers crossed my prediction is 2-1. I hope to win more than that, because it is still early days, and we got a long season to go. If the unthinkable happens and if we lose the game tomorrow, I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, it's gonna be a disaster. I don't think if tomorrow we lose, we won't be recovering this season anytime soon, and we have to be firmly giving up the number 4 position. And I can't believe I'm saying this early in the season, that one more bad result over the next couple of games, we lose top 4, and it's only 3 games in. That's how much of a... We had a very good start against Chelsea, fantastic. It was buzzing, then a bit of a downer against Wolves, and then a disaster against Crystal Palace. In terms of De Gea's contract, just going back in there. So, we were expected that De Gea has signed a contract. I mean, it was due to be announced, according to most reports, according to everyone hinting, even Peter Schumacher coming up and saying that, and even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in his press conferences leading up to it, that he's signed. He's pretty much signed. It's going to be announced very soon. We were hoping it to be announced after the transfer window has closed. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had in his press conference saying that he's not sure. They're still negotiating in the background. That is a bit of a worry because De Gea's contract expires next summer, which means that he can walk out of the club for free. If I was in De Gea's position, and as much as I hate to say it, De Gea can really walk into any team in the world, right? We all know Madrid have been after him for ages. So imagine De Gea sitting there and thinking, you know what, we're losing. What is this team? This is a big transitional period. Pogba wants to leave as well, and we got youth. I think I can leave here. I can get a big paycheck out of it because they don't have to pay a transfer fee for me, and I can go to a club where I can win things. And footballers' careers are short, and nowadays there isn't much loyalty in football, where they will move where there is money. If the bids are made, you can see the transfer window is crazy with the player fees. You can see players going on strikes, not attending all the social media that they want to leave. You look at classic Neymar's example. If De Gea ends up leaving us next summer, it's going to be such a disaster in a sense that we're trying to build something. De Gea is one of the most important players in our club. Him leaving, we just go two steps backwards. One step forward, two steps backwards. I just hope it gets resolved very soon. I am still confident that he will be signing, De Gea will be signing a contract, but doubt has crept in my head, especially after what Oli has said, that he's hoping that he'll sign, and still things are negotiating in the background. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I mean, do let me know if you feel De Gea will leave. If he does leave, who will be the one that's coming in and replacing him? Again, it's going to cost us if we're going to end up getting a keeper. It's not as if we have a keeper in the youth that is world class like a Mason Greenwood or Angel Gomez or Tai Chong or Ghana. We don't have a goalkeeper to come in and say, you know what, De Gea, you can go because we're going to focus on youth, and we already have a goalkeeper in the youth setup. But anyway, guys, thanks for everyone to join in. If you think United is going to win, smash the like button. Tomorrow I will be coming up with the match review, so I hope you guys do have a chance to join into that. And this is a live stream, an unexpected live stream that I did that I don't normally do, but I should be doing a lot more of, and I hope to do a lot more of going forward. And as always, guys, thank you so much for joining in, and stay Farafari.